Welcome back to First Listen, everybody. My name is Tenthile, and I hope you're doing well today. This time on First Listen, we checked out Daughtry's latest release, their 5th studio album, Cage to Rattle. And man, going into this thing, zero expectations, because I really didn't hear much off of their previous album, and then didn't hear much off of the one before that. Just bits and pieces here and there. This is their first album in 5 years. And man, it definitely does not sound like any of their earlier stuff that I have heard and have enjoyed. You know, It's Not Over, and all the tracks on that first album, their self-titled album, really good stuff there. And then all the goodness on Leave This Town. I mean, this band was a very nice pop rock sound. And now they are something totally different. So let's go ahead and get into this first listen. Fading in slowly and with some tempered vocals, we have Just Found Heaven. A track that comes across very catchy, very trendy, very safe rock. Not soft rock, safe rock. This is like a radio rock kind of safe poppy vibe that is not necessarily for me. And it feels like this gets a little bit behind the 8 ball, if you will. And that's funny because this album is full of cliches. I mean, they're not even shy about it. So we might as well use them here. This record is very odd, opened very oddly, and I don't necessarily have a lot of positive or nice things to say about it. We always try to find the positivity in a record. This, unfortunately, is not going to be one of those reviews. The effects feel like a shell that you can't get off, no matter how you want to get it off. You just can't. And it's one of these things like you just can't change it. And it's like, I don't think they want to. But man, they should. They should really want to change this. It feels just a little stale. Upbeat rhythm and vocals to match the pace on Backbone are okay. Just like some parts of this track are okay. For the most part, we have more of the same here. The same cookie cutter. Not a really great mold, but getting a little bit moldy in sound, with the brightest part here being the vocals, showcasing some nice range. And, you know, Chris still has a pretty nice voice, so that does carry it a little bit further than it would if it wasn't so nice. More chill vibe and some keys take us back to the 90s on Deep End here. I was kind of wondering, is Phil Collins going to make an appearance? I like Phil. Is he here? There's drums. Phil's here, isn't he? No? Oh, well, this is a weird take on a track here then. I could take some Phil. That would be cool. But this feels just, again, out of place. And maybe I'm out of touch with this band, their sound, their audience, but man. Keeping the delicate sound alive, we have As You Are. Probably the brightest spot on the whole album. Definitely the brightest spot on this opening here. This track actually comes across really well, and it works. The guitars are very nice. Everything gets to this nice spot and does everything very balanced. I feel like this is something they probably should go back to. Man, this could be so good. I really do like this track though, but it might be one of the only ones I like on the entire album. Piano opens into some vocals to a beat that we don't really know about yet or hear. It's kind of a weird jarring thing here on Death of Me. A track that is full of cliches. Blood is thicker than water, and something's got to give, and so many more here. They just make me shake my head, but not in agreement, more in acceptance of what this band has become. A weird genre of pop that I don't know exactly how to classify, instead of what they used to be. Kind of a pop rock sound that hit nicely, flowed very well. Something you could kind of listen to more than just once. This electronic backbeat and upbeat sound on Bad Habits just seems a little bit odd. Feels out of place. The whole thing just does not really work as well as it should. It feels like this thing that they're going for here, this sound, it just misses pretty hard. The vocal pacing and the pitch feel like an out of breath moment. It does not match up with what we normally expect to hear from this band. Maybe they should just go home and kick it. And kick this song while you're at it, because it's a bad habit. It is. Oh boy, I wish this band would go back in time, because something is definitely amiss here. This whole Imagine Dragons emulation, I just don't get it. I am not a huge fan of Imagine Dragons. That's definitely clear. But I respect what they're going for most of the time. Maybe not on their most recent album. But this feels so formulaic. So just copycat almost. That it's hard to ignore and very difficult to listen to. I just cannot believe this is the release we're getting here from this band. After 5 years, this is what they've come up with. An album that they've worked on for like 2+ years. Only 10 tracks, their shortest album. Man, this just is not good. I'm not kidding. They drive this thing till the wheels fall off. It's a sad thing to see that this is where the band has gone. When you look back at their earlier releases in their catalog, just the good old days, man. There's no getting them back. And I'm happy to be wrong with this soft open here on Gravity. A flashback to the past, dare I say? I'm happy to be wrong. This track actually is pretty good. It does go back to that old familiar vibe that we really, really want to hear from this band. But again, this is one of 2 small shining notes on an album full of not so great production and sound. This one is definitely a well worth revisiting, but sadly, they never do on this album. And it sounds like someone sitting on a guitar for Stuff of Legends, a track that just does not work. Top to bottom, doesn't work. Now, at some point, they do get off the guitar, and I don't know why they were sitting on it to begin with. And when it comes through, the guitar riffs are actually kind of cool, but they're so short-lived. It can't be this way. How? How did this band get to here? That's what I want to know. Seriously, the guitars are great. And then the next second they're gone, and we can't find them again. And we're stuck running from the sound of this band because we don't want to be near it. We don't want to listen to this. This doesn't feel right. Man. Finally, the surrender. My surrender too. Here on White Flag. Now I know they say that they're not going to give up, not going to surrender until they're done. I think they're done. I think this may be the last album this band has any success with. if this one even is successful, and I don't think it will be. What a shame that this is how this band has gone. You know, we talk about their early success with Leave This Town and their self-titled album and all the good stuff that has come out of those, and even a little bit out of, you know, that middle album there. But when we look at 5 albums now from Daughtry, it feels like 2.5 of them work, and then that's it. That's the band, huh? 12 years and that's the band. What a shame. What a shame. So, sorry for no glowing positivity on this one. The album just didn't let me have it. Didn't let me deliver it this time. Anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of First Listen. Hit up the comments down below with your thoughts about this release. Definitely don't listen to this album more than once. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.